Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. Now, just to let you know, as a warning, this will be a spoiler review, so if you've not watched the episode, turn off the video right now. It's a fair warning. So just to let you know, I really loved this episode. This was a really strong return for The Mandalorian. This episode was directed by Jon Favreau, and you could tell, I mean, this definitely had the same vibe as the last season, with that Western feel to it, like a Western gunslinger show. So this episode starts out where the Mandalorian, he's trying to find out where he can find more Mandalorians who can guide him to where the little baby Yoda species are. So he goes to what's called basically like this fight club aspect, where this ring where these creatures are fighting, and he's meeting with this crime boss there, and it turns out to be a setup. Because the crime boss, I guess, wanted to capture him and get the Yoda, little Yoda, because there's a big bounty out on that, and so, but Mando gets the best of that situation, and so that crime lord then reveals where he can find that Mando and that other Mandalorian, and that turns out to be back on Tatooine. So they go to Tatooine, and there he then learns about the location of the other Mandalorian. He meets with what's her name, that's played by Amy Sedaris, who he was with. He met up with last season. So they go to this little town out in the middle of the desert, and there, he meets this Marshal. Now, that's the name of this episode. It's called The Marshal. And we're in this town. He meets this Marshal who's dressed up like a Mandalorian. Well, it turns out he's a false Mandalorian. He turns out he's played by Timothy Oliphant. And so they're about to have a throwdown because Mando wants that armor back. He said, "It doesn't belong to you. I'm going to take it." As a Mandalorian have a right to take that armor back, and they're about to have a shootout when this big creature goes through the town, and it's like a big earthquake. It kind of reminds you like of a scene from Tremors, that movie you've seen back in the '90s, but these sandworms that can cause earthquakes. So basically, so then they decide that, okay, exchange I'll give you back the armor. He says, I'll give you back to Mando. I'll give you back the armor if you help me kill this Sandring. And it turns out it's a huge crate dragon that are there on Tatooine, and they can like eat people. They can eat big. I forgot what the big elephant like creature is there and on Tatooine, where they ride on them, but they can pretty much eat anything, and they're terrorizing the whole town. So basically, they go out and they find out what this crate dragon is, and so, but in order to properly take out this creature, they need help. So they team up with the Tusken Raiders. Tusken Raiders, from the Star Wars films there. And of course, that creates tension because the people of the town have been fighting with the Tusken Raiders. They said just a couple months before, they raided their village and they had a big shootout. So now it's an uneasy alliance, but they have to team up with them to take out this creature, this big crate dragon. So they do, and basically, and so it comes out this big plan. The people of the village, they come up with a plan. The Tusken Raiders come up with a plan. So they have to put they bring all these bombs that they want to blow up the crate dragon with, and they get to go to the cave and try to coax it out, and you see like these Tusken Raiders running, but then this huge crate dragon comes out and eats them anyway because they're not fast enough. So it's pretty wild. But eventually, they get the best of it, and they put out the bombs, and finally, after a long, protracted battle, they kill the crate dragon. And I thought the special effects were just on point on this. I mean, it looks so realistic. I mean, there are problems here when they were going on speeder bikes. I was like, maybe it was a little questionable there, but overall, I thought it was really fun. And then, of course, it talked there at the very end, because at the very end there, where he's he gets the armor. After he's beaten the crate dragon, they're flying back, and you see someone watching Mondo, and it's the same actor who played Jango Fett in the prequels. So what does that mean? That's might be Boba Fett. Boba Fett. I think that they put Boba Fett in the movie. And here, unless he's going to be revealed to be a different character. I mean, it's possibly to be Rex from Clone Wars or something like that. But most likely it's Jango Fett. And if you too now, if Mondo took, if that was his armor that the Marshal was wearing that now Mondo has, well then that gives Boba motive to go after go after him. And so if the season, if there's a subplot where he's getting stalked by Boba Fett and he's got to have a conversation with Boba Fett, well, that's very interesting. I would love to see that if there's gonna be a fight between them. So overall, I thought this was a really well done episode. This is a great way to start the season by Jon Favreau and the whole team. Like I said, the spectrum on point. This was like great like Western adventure. You're really into it the entire time. It's a great adventure. Even though they keep going back to Tatooine, I think this was a good use of it because it was like a new story and it was about two sets of people who have been fighting coming together for a common cause to beat this Grey Dragon. And so whereas before in the movies like Tusken Raiders were just faceless raiders they really didn't play a major part of the plot. Now in the show they have, so I think that was a good take on it. I really enjoyed that. So I thought this was a really excellent opening to the second season, and it wasn't too focused on Baby Yoda. There was a little more the points like when in the ring, you've seen this in the trailer, that when you knew they were going to fight, Baby Yoda closes his pod to protect himself. So that's about his biggest thing here. You see him throughout. He makes his little cameos throughout the episode, but this was not really about him. This was about that eventually the story on Tatooine and the thing that do. So it was a really great start to the season. Can't wait till episode 2 next week. So I'm going to try to do weekly reviews from here on out. I mean, so I'm so glad Mandalorian's back. I renewed my Disney Plus subscription just for this, so just to watch this show. So I'll try to do weekly reviews from here on out. Okay, thank you guys once again for tuning in. And if you've watched the episode already, leave a comment and say what you thought about it. So, okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.